I'm Tony Northrop, and this is the Panasonic HX-A500.
Oh crap, I'm late. Hey Cal. Hi Sandy. Gotta get a beer. Wait, glasses, what am I, 16? Oh, hell yeah. Jacket.
Hear me.
Beer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mic check, mic check.
And we're live in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, we're Tony and Chelsea.
This is sponsored by Squarespace.
Hi, I'm Chelsea,
And I'm Tony Northrop.
and welcome to our live show sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform for creating a fast and easy online portfolio or professional website. You can try it out for 14 days for free, no credit card needed, and you'll probably want to buy it. So go to squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code
Photo Live.
to get 10% off.
Sorry, I didn't say that with much confidence.
We're having like all sorts of issues today, in case you haven't noticed. Tony was in the shower.
Justin selected the wrong video. Sorry you guys had to briefly experience
Sure. Let's look back and see what you did wrong. to
partial
Justin.
frontal nudity. Okay, so we have a couple of things going on today. As you can see, we have a live Google Hangout going.
And welcome to our live show sponsored
yeah, I
by
completely did this
Squarespace,
wrong.
the all-in-one platform for
We're
off
off
a game. This guy's
There it
driving?
is.
Jonathan! I'm nervous!
Wow, this is fascinating. Okay, so we have a live Google Hangout that only allows 10 people in, but this is going to be our panel as we're reviewing photos and portfolios. We'll jump over to these nutballs, including this guy driving, and find out what their thoughts are on the pictures. I don't think I want that guy giving feedback. But we will briefly jump to them. You can join them at
can see where he's going.
sdp.io/hang. This is distracting.
This is crazy.
Okay.
Look out, Don Bauer.
Don Bauer drives a lot. You want to jump right into our
This is our
topic of
topic
discussion?
for today, yeah. If you could photograph any celebrity, who would it be?
I thought a lot about this, and I think my number one choice would have to be Barack Obama. Because he's this like amazing, deep historical figure, and I also think he's a photogenic guy, and he's
Yeah.
really charismatic. And I feel like you could get a picture of Barack Obama, and it would literally be timeless. Like hundreds of years from now, that picture would still be relevant.
If you did a good
Yeah, you're right. He also has a lot of pictures taken of him by only the best photographers, so there'd be a whole lot of pressure.
Yeah.
What's your take?
See, I think Obama's a good one because once you photograph the president, like, you're for real. But you can't do anything interesting. Like, all of the shots are the same. Deep, thoughtful pose, stark background. I'd want someone completely like Lady Gaga in a meat dress. Or like Nicki Minaj's. But
I'm sure that would be a popular picture.
I'm not even especially fans of those people. I just think that they'd be down to do anything.
Yeah, probably so. So you have, if you want to tell us who your celebrity photo shoot would be, I guess it could be anybody you want. Just add a comment to the YouTube channel, the video itself, and our screener, Siobhan, will kindly type that over for us, and we'll be able to read them in
Was
just
it
a little
Justin
bit.
saying that he wanted to do a tasteful nude of Barbara Walters? Was that you, Justin?
Yeah, what do you think, Justin?
That was B. Anthony.
It was Susan B. Anthony?
No, not B.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
the one from Golden Girls? B. Arthur from the Golden Girls. Good choice. I have a whole new respect for you. T-Car's wearing a Doors shirt. Rock on, my brother.
Okay, we promise not to be too distracted by the Google Hangout today. Can you hear Tigar?
No, he can't.
Oh, and it says that we're muted.
Saying that he wanted to do a tasteful nude of
Hang on
Barbara
one second.
Walters.
Oh, here you go. Sorry. I'm working on sound stuff over here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, just 1 second. I have sound issues going
Richard,
too.
who would your celeb be?
Oh boy.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Yeah.
He'd be all sweaty and needy.
Yeah.
He's a sweaty dude.
He's the block of the guy.
Okay, y'all on the Google Hangout, can we hear from you guys? I just want to make sure we have the sound working. Anybody care to speak up? Hello, AZ.
Oh, she's dancing. What up?
Okay, I'm not sure we have sound coming through just yet, so we will continue on and check back on your comments in just a little bit. I also wanted to invite everybody to... Sorry, 1 second, I'll bring this back up. I wanted to invite everybody to send us questions about the D810 review that we just recently released. Any follow-up questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. And if we can't answer them on the spot, then we'll queue them up for the follow-up review where we kind of field detailed questions. I know a lot of people were asking specifically about tracking autofocus in low light.
Okay.
And we did it in bright light, and it was measurably better than the 5D Mark III, and the 5D Mark III is awesome at that stuff. But so many people, it's indoor volleyball and indoor basketball, and it's dim lighting, and it's fast-moving people, and it's just the worst possible conditions for an autofocus system. So we get a lot of requests to try that out, so I think we'll have to
Maybe we'll have
go
to
back
go
and
to
see
those
how it does.
locations. Go to an indoor gym.
Yeah,
You
we'll
could
just have
even
to
go
the
to a
gym.
church because a lot of people are taking pictures of weddings and people walking down aisles and.
That's true, and an autofocus system can behave differently in bright light and in dim light. It's possible for the Nikon to beat the Canon in bright light, but the Canon to beat the Nikon in dim light. So that's something that we'll have to check out. If you have other questions for us, just add a comment. We're also going to be reviewing pictures and portfolios. If you want to submit your own, go to
sdp.io/link.
There you go.
I know things.
Speaking of gear, we have some new hardware in, and we're going to be reviewing it soon, along with some other straps.
Look at this massive pile of camera strap connectors and camera straps. How'd you get this stuff?
They just contacted me and volunteered to send it over. We do get to review some gear. It's one of my favorite parts of the job. This is from Peak Design, and I already like this. We've not taken it out of the box yet, as you can see, but it's different from the Black Rapid straps and most of the other straps, which attach to the tripod mount.
Yeah.
I hate that because it's holding the camera at one point, which means the camera swings around as you walk and it bangs against your legs. I just never liked it. This uses the regular camera strap mounts, so it's connected to the camera at 2 points, which I think means the camera won't swing around quite as much. But we'll have a full review and comparison soon. Another comment you can send us is a suggestion for a specific strap that you want us to check out. So we've contacted Black Rapid, and hopefully they'll send something over.
We have some cotton carriers too.
And we're going to be doing the cotton carrier as well as the manufacturer straps.
So
And frankly,
I already like these because they're just, the box is cool and they're already assembled in the box. And I remember that cotton carrier had some small pieces that discouraged all of us. So we'll see.
yeah, it looks like it's easier to put together. I believe it started out as a Kickstarter project, but they're handsome and they look
These are
real nice. Yeah.
They look like a seatbelt. Okay.
I'll check our comment panel here and see what we have, what people are saying to us. That's not the right one. All right, Kylie Minogue, because you can't take a picture.
Kylie Minogue.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm too old to pronounce her name.
No, that's an old reference. Come on, get on the Kylie train, Tony.
Kylie Minogue is older than me?
Probably. Justin, when was Kylie Minogue popular, do you know?
The 80s, and then she had a hit in the 90s.
Where you been? Texas.
Maybe I'm too young for this. Philip Vignola says,
Selma Hayek.
because of her
why.
historical significance, surely.
I
Because
can
she's a
think of
timeless
two
figure.
Big reasons. but he'd want to photograph her. First of all, her stunning features and her personality.
Yeah, features and personality,
Yeah.
sure. Roger Hayes, are you guys really going to change from the Canon 5D Mark III? Yeah. Like for
Our sound is messed up.
Yeah, they're doing like the Google.
oh man, I'm sorry. I have to remember to mute it. I muted it, so it should be fixed now. I'm sorry. We were told that we had some sound problems. Thanks for giving us that feedback, and we should have fixed it now.
This has been a real cluster.
Justin, if we're not using the Google Hangout, you can also drop the level there. But I'll try to remember to mute it here.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
I'll keep an earpiece in just so I can hear what's going on.
Okay. I don't think that'll help though, actually.
No, it won't. I can just hear you really loudly now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Roger Hayes asked if we're switching from the 5D Mark III to the D810, and I think
didn't say-
absolutely.
Yeah, but we're keeping it.
Yeah.
time being.
Well, so we don't have a full suite of Nikon lenses just
No.
yet. But anytime I had the appropriate lens for Nikon, I would most definitely use the D810. And I would really like to sell our existing gear and get the new gear. And so that can be a difficult transition because we can't be without a 70 to 200.
Yeah.
You know, we can't be without a normal lens. So financially, you have to kind of make this transition. And even if you sell the gear on eBay, which is usually what I would do, there can be a period of, a week or two until you find a good deal. And so anyway, for me, I'm definitely ready to make that transition.
We're trying to do it.
If I have the right lens, we decided we would both be reaching for the D810.
Yeah, but I
Over
would
the
reach
Canon.
faster.
That's probably
what I
true. Everybody
decided.
pretty much decided you would win that battle.
I'm persuasive.
Derek Pilcher asks, what are you guys going to do when Canon releases the 5D Mark IV? Everybody brought this up, and a lot of people said, oh, it's not fair that you compared the D810 to the 5D Mark III because the 5D Mark III is old.
Yeah, well, it's not fair that they didn't make it newer.
Yeah, they haven't released a new camera. It's still the current competitor. There's nothing else to compare it to, and we insist on doing comparison reviews because how do you just review a camera by itself? Every camera is good by itself.
Yeah.
And the only competitor to the D810 really is the 5D Mark III as far as I'm concerned. And there's nothing newer. So there's no solid rumor about the 5D Mark IV. I know some people are hoping and whispering,
But
but
what will we do? That's his question.
well, I'm sure we'll get it and review it. And maybe it'll kick the D810's butts, but we'll deal
What
with
if
it
we
at the
switched
time.
back to Canon? Whew,
I know. What are we going to do?
Killjoy said that their fantasy photo shoot is shooting a concert with Lindsey Sterling performing. I don't know who that is. Do you?
I do not know who Lindsey Sterling is either. Anybody? Justin?
Somebody really knows you. They said Barack Obama. Seriously, Tony? I thought you'd say Amy Sedaris. We love Amy Sedaris.
Yeah, how do they know that
Your love
I
for
love...
Amy is public.
I don't know how that got out, but I am a pretty huge Amy Sedaris fan, and she's also a really colorful and creative character. Like her expressions are better than anybody.
Like a few shows ago,
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
going over our comedians.
Yeah. Oh, did we?
Just some weird
I'm a fan.
conversation that was kind of incestuous. Remember that?
I don't remember
Yeah.
anything ancestral.
Yeah, Justin remembers.
Yeah, you were talking about Amy and David Sedaris.
Oh,
David
right.
Sedaris, but
Yeah,
he
I
wouldn't
like them
love
both.
me. Jerry Johnson says his pick for a celeb photo would be Tony and Chelsea, bread, wine, and a fondue with Velveeta. I'm down, Jerry.
That sounds like the most
Where you
delicious
at,
type
Jerry?
of fondue.
Yeah.
Okay, Jerry, bring your camera. We have some questions too. Dave asked if he should buy Canon 1DX or 1DC or the Nikon D810, and I mean those are such different cameras. It kind of depends
Yeah.
what you want. Like the 1DX is this like moose of a camera.
Moose.
It's indestructible, but it's for like everybody kind of wants to shoot like the pros, but this is literally for people who are shooting every day in bad conditions. Like the 1DX is if you need to be able to throw your camera and have
run
it be
from a
okay.
lioness.
If you might need to continue to shoot while in a rainstorm, like not be able to hide it away, but actually get drenched, that's the 1DX. But the 1D series cameras are not the best still cameras for most people, no matter what your budget is. So get those instead of the D810. But if you're about image quality and you can handle and you can put your camera in a bag if it starts to rain heavy, then go for the D810. The 1DC is like a video camera, 4K video camera, and it's a very unique camera, and so get that if you need all full frame 4K. That's like your only option, really. Then you might also look at the GH4 if you want that.
I have a really interesting one. I'm skipping down a few because this one made me laugh. What's that say? Bikezilla says, you guys make $7 per YouTube video and want to act like you can't swing the switch to Nikon? Whatever. What? Where's $7 a lot? Where do you live?
I do not understand what they're saying.
Wait, we don't make $7 per YouTube video.
No, you would usually make more than $7.
This is going to really blow his mind. We probably spend like 30 times more making each YouTube video than we make.
Yeah, we haven't figured out what step 2 is, but step 3 is profit.
Yeah. Yeah. We got step 1 and step 2 down. Now we got to make money off of it.
Yeah. Especially for like the D810 video. I don't know, maybe it'll eventually turn around. But we do it because we love it. It's fun.
We do it because we're obsessive perfectionists. And
yeah.
We can't stand to half-ass anything.
Yeah, check out some of the other D810 reviews. I think you'll find we put a lot more energy into it than just about anybody else did.
It'll pay off one day. One day I'll have my $7. And I'm going to wave it around in your face, Bikezilla.
Suzuki 750 STU asks what mic we suggest for the Canon 7D. And the mic you get is going to depend on the type of work that you're doing. I mean, for us, we use Sennheiser EW100 G3 wireless lav mics. And that's great if you can mic somebody and you're doing this type of work. I think most people just want like a shotgun mic. Justin, do you happen to know what shotgun mic it is that we use? Or Richard, can you check to see what model of that mic is on top of the GH4?
On top of the camera. It's kind of an odd brand.
Richard's checking on the mic that we use in real time.
Just pull that whole thing off if you have to.
Oh, there goes that camera.
Maybe it doesn't even say. Well.
As it AZDEN.
Yeah.
Oh, AZDEN, AZDEN. Yeah, it's a good alternative to the more expensive Rode shotgun mics, and we don't often use a shotgun mic, but I really like that particular one. You can mount it right on top, and wire it directly into the camera. That's what I like to do with it. D810 or A7S? This has been a really common question because the A7S they basically have the same sensor, the same image quality, but the A7S is a mirrorless camera and it takes Sony lenses, and there are like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
The D810 is a bigger DSLR. It doesn't have the electronic viewfinder that I love, but it has access to the entire suite of Nikon lenses. It has way faster tracking autofocus. So if you're doing weddings and events, get the D810. If you're happy with the Sony lens selection and the pricing on those lenses and the sharpness of those lenses, and you don't need to track moving subjects like sports, wildlife, weddings, then get the A7.
I think you probably just go for the D810 because
I like the D810 better than the A7.
You're always as a photographer, and if you're ruling out movement, that seems kind of big.
Yeah, the A7 is right for some people. Hopefully they know it. The D810 is probably right for most people doing general photography or professional photography. It's also more expensive. It's like $1,000 more. So.
Oh.
A lot of questions about the D810. Just curious, what focus case did you use on the Mark III when comparing follow focus to the D810? Also, standard or tweak settings on both systems. So that's a common question, which I used all the focusing options. I tried every single one for multiple runs, and poor Chelsea was walking back and forth over and over again.
Handle it.
But we took hundreds of shots. And the reason was I wanted to see which of the different focus options would work best and choose the very best for the test. They all worked about the same in those conditions. So the answer is we tried them all, and I didn't see a statistically significant difference between the performance of any of the options. Frederic asked, which bag do you guys use?
We do have a proper camera bag, but we hardly use it.
Yeah, I hate my camera bag. It's this big bulky thing, and it has like partitions for lenses, and you can move it around, but it's so big and heavy, and it never quite fits in smaller overhead things.
Airplane compartments.
Yeah, so that means I often end up checking the bag, which can cost more and is a real pain. So I want to get a smaller bag.
This is the truth. He's giving you a long answer, but the truth is he has this old what is it? What are those Swiss backpacks?
Yeah, that's what it is.
And
It's
it's
a.
like
I actually got it for free.
10 years old and it says Microsoft MVP on it.
Yeah.
And it's beat, and he just stuffs everything in there,
Mhm.
and it works. And then,
It works just fine. Nobody knows it's a camera bag.
until you're stuck in a rainstorm.
It's mostly waterproof. Well, yeah, that's true. It used to be waterproof.
Yeah.
You have to reapply that stuff every now and
Yeah,
then,
we
I
should do
learned.
that. Yeah, we should do that.
We're checking on Chelsea Sound, but I would love to have suggestions for camera bags. If you have a camera bag that you love, go ahead and suggest it, and we'll check it out in the comments. Chelsea's working on her mic,
It's
so.
not.
I think you're.
Am I okay?
Dean Martin asks,
Dean Martin.
how did you find the high ISO on the D810 compared to the 5D3 and 60? As I'm regularly shooting between 12,800 and 25,600 for indoor sports. Yeah, indoor sports, even with an f2.8 and f2.8 lens. The answer is I don't recall that we even tried super high ISO stuff because I almost never use high ISO, so it's just kind of my own personal style. I did a lot of high ISO shooting with the D810 because I shot that live event that we did at night, but I did not do a side-by-side comparison. So that's something good to follow up on, I guess.
We'll do
Sounds
it.
like a plan.
I got distracted. I always read the comments without you, but could you scroll down just a little bit? Sal Alexander said, I bet Tony would love to live one day as someone else just so he could photo shoot himself.
I think they might be calling me
I
egocentric.
think they're calling you a narcissist.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
I am a damn good model, though.
You are damn
I mean, can you
fine,
imagine the
sir.
pictures I could make as a photographer and a model?
If you could be the photographer and the model, there would be no limits to your accomplishments.
Digital Lemonade, do you feel that camera manufacturers are updating their camera bodies too quickly? I actually feel like it's slowed down so much. It used to be every year there was some new camera that made your old camera obsolete. And now it's like we were just on a trip to Montana and right before the D810 came out, and we were still using the 5D Mark II because it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it makes the same image quality as the 5D Mark III, and that's like a 6 or 7 year old camera. So in the Canon world, like there haven't been any big advancements lately.
And why do they always refuse to kind of keep up with technology? Like, it'd be so nice if more cameras had Wi-Fi and things that people actually use.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
how are they
so
going
many
to act
things.
like social media isn't huge and everyone's just taking pictures to share them? Why wouldn't that be an option in every camera?
Yeah, or how useful a touchscreen could be instead of stupid
You like
toggle controls. I'm a fan of the touchscreen. Cameron Beatty, I want to study photography at the university.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Justin.
We're swapping out Chelsea's mic. But the course I originally applied for at uni, I would rather go to as full. So do I start a course at a different university this year and possibly transfer? I mean, that's hard to say. So Cameron wants to start photography school, but the class is full. Should she go to a different school or transfer? I don't know. I don't know the differences between the different schools or what the cost might be or what the quality of it could be.
Yeah.
I'll say I don't. It's not like you need to go to a photography school to study photography.
We both took college classes that were photography classes, and no luck for me. How about
I
you?
don't recommend them.
You liked one of your teachers.
Yeah, I have had specific classes that I really liked. Specifically, Lance Kiemig's night photography class was really meaningful to me. You can take it in Boston, probably. But most of my other classes, I just didn't get. I took a studio lighting course, which was useful. So, like specific workshops, but the actual college classes I took,
Yeah.
nada. I wish I could have that time back, actually. So there are many ways to study photography, and we have books and DVDs and stuff that can help provide
There are
that.
even workshops and things that would probably be more affordable and more helpful.
Yeah, but a lot of people want to go to college. So, sorry I can't better answer your question. It's weird that we started discouraging her from going to college.
They're like, you know what? We're a bad influence. Don't listen to us. We drink beer.
Fetzinger 10 asks if a computer with an Intel i5 processor and 8 gigabytes of RAM is enough for Lightroom and D3300 RAW files, and absolutely, that should be plenty. The hard drive speed is actually going to make a bigger difference to you. If you were to make one upgrade there, I'd swap out the hard drive for an SSD, but maybe not. Anyway, it should be fine. Go ahead and let it render previews when you import the pictures. But once you have those previews rendered, it should be fine. Do you want to read something else?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Mel Ona is plugging the SDP Readers New York City Photo Walk 9/6. Respond to the event on Facebook, everybody.
Oh, okay. So we have a date for that. Can we go?
I don't see why not.
Okay, good. Sometimes we have plans and stuff.
I think we'll be there.
Okay.
September 6th. Well, is that a weekend? Let me just check real quick. Gotta check my calendar.
You check on that, and I'll pull up, see if anybody submitted a link for us at sdp.io/link.
Yeah, it's a Saturday. We could be there.
I'll open up a couple of pictures for us to look at. These have just now been submitted. This first one is by Ahmed.
The Staple Tunnel. That's creative.
It is.
That's
he's
just
also,
straight up creative.
He's done something special with the light, which I think is what's making the biggest difference here. The light you can see is kind of coming from underneath it and letting it glow from outward, and that's what makes the picture interesting.
Regularly shooting between
Also,
12,000.
kind of like really close-up work. Gives a sense that the scale might actually be bigger. I might even try for more depth of field here, because one of the things that gives away that it's a macro shot is the shallow depth of field. That's why if you want to simulate a macro shot, use a tilt shift lens that gives you shallow depth of
But
field.
why wouldn't he want it to look like a macro shot?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't, but I had the sense that he was playing with scale, that he was using something tiny and trying to make it look big. So if you want to do that, you go for deep depth of field. It's something to try.
I think
I like the depth
your
of field
suggestion is bad. This is my suggestion.
Uh-huh.
Get an ant, put a tiny saddle on it, and then you have a sense of scale, and it's going to blow your mind.
You bring up a good point. A little focal point would be great there.
An ant with a saddle, with a smaller ant in the saddle.
Wow. So
No
I hope we're not
pressure.
setting the bar too high.
No pressure at all.
All right, Howard Thompson got some fireworks pictures, and this is exactly the kind of fireworks picture I like to see. He's got an interesting landscape here, a great foreground, plus just fireworks. It's not just fireworks in the sky. It's way better. You have any suggestions for him on the shot?
No.
For me, I'd probably try to fix the white balance here. You could pull the white balance a little bit more towards blue, even if you did it just selectively and didn't change the white balance of the fireworks.
I actually thought the color change was interesting. So it reminds me of an old city with the warm lights. And then there are these modern fireworks. Fireworks aren't modern. Let's keep going.
You might also check the level. It seems like it's rotated clockwise just a little bit, but these lines here should be vertical.
You're a human level.
Yeah. So close the tab. Okay. Wow, that's perfect and very creative.
That reminds me of,
That's a fantastic
show.
stock photo.
yeah,
Nicely done.
that's excellent.
Nailed it. What more could we say about it? Great processing on that. Fantastic work. All right, a macro shot. I would like to crop it right away. I don't feel the need for all this extra space. But
I would have thought that you would say that.
Yeah, I'm famous for telling people to crop stuff.
And I'm not going to disagree with you.
That's not agreeing with me, really.
You take what you can get, you know?
So here we have the kind of classic sunset picture. The colors are gorgeous. The horizon's nice and level and right along the rule of thirds.
We're not even asking our friends in Google Hangout what they think.
That's true. Well, we had a problem earlier, but we can check back in with them.
Maybe it's working.
The only thing I think is missing from this is some sort of focal point. If there were a little sailboat along the horizon here, or a V of geese flying through the sky, that would really set it apart.
We don't ask for much, do we?
I'll just pop in on the Google Hangout and see if it's working.
Tigar,
Tigar, can
can
anybody
you hear me, bro?
hear us? Can we hear you?
Everything seems to be delayed
He
on
can
my
hear us,
end.
but he can't see us.
See the pictures that you're
And we can't hear him.
Justin, is the mic levels up on the USB?
And he's frustrated.
Should be.
And I think he's beating up his pet.
You'll see it there. It's up on the mixer.
Now he's cursing his creator. And she thinks it's funny. She's encouraging the behavior. This Google Hangout is wild.
Okay, sorry guys.
Tigar, I have a recommendation for you. You should do a shoot like the classic Jim Morrison shoot, you know, where he has the necklace and his arms are out, because you kind of have the hair, and I think you could look like him a bit. I can't see Tigar.
Yes! Yes, I think
Well, we
that's a
can't
great
hear
idea.
Tigar.
Yeah, but I knew everything he was saying with his hand movements.
That's true. He's really expressive. You want to take a look at a portfolio?
I can't believe you're giving up on Tigar like that. Do I have a choice?
Hear you, boys.
All right, let's go.
This is a Squarespace hosted portfolio. You can tell right away because it's nice and full screen, looks just beautiful, and it'll also work great on mobile devices. So he starts out with one of these multiplicity shots. We have a video that kind of shows you how to do this. It's a multiple exposure. Self-portrait, I imagine. So let's check out his portfolio. All right, lots of
Wow.
band shots.
Wow.
Yeah, right away, these are real striking
Those
shots.
are great.
Really energetic.
So much movement and feeling and emotion.
Yeah, seems to be a good number of pictures. I liked all those pictures.
I like those.
Check out his portraits.
Ooh, those are nice. Good buns.
These all seem to be real solid portraits. Is there anything about them that... This one, I think, has a lot of negative space that might be cropped. But
Negative space is a style, though.
yeah, I was going to say, it kind of depends on your style. I haven't seen this before, like a juxtaposition of two pictures with different focuses.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Good technique.
Hot tip.
That's a cool shot. She has like a very distinct expression going.
Yeah. I like that shot of the girl in the bed because we see a lot of attempts at sexy photos and they can come off very like stiff or unnatural. And I feel like I'm actually having a real moment where she's just laying in her bed rather than her like posing overly sexy or being stiff.
Yeah, that's actually what what I prefer to see in boudoir is not somebody trying too hard, but just like a casual photo.
Yeah.
The focus on her feet kind of takes away from like the detail.
It's not vulgar.
Yeah, exactly. It reduces the vulgarity of it. So really nice work on that. And the light is really pretty there too.
I don't like that one with her in the pink shirt just because she looks a little like, what the hell?
Yeah, her expression isn't saying anything to me, but I think it's a good shot. Like I like the light. It has good shadows on it. The crop is nice and tight.
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
Maybe that expression meant something. Maybe it was for an album cover and she wanted to say, I don't know what that expression means. But I think the photographer did his job.
I'm just trying to
Playing the model.
replicate it to imagine like where she's at if you're making that face. She's like, did you seriously just eat the last piece of pie? Are you kidding me right now?
And then we have somebody posing on a Z3. That's a cool location. All right, let's check out his personal and about pages. Personal. Oh, I see. These are some personal pictures.
Oh,
This will give us some insight into
wow,
him.
that's gorgeous.
That is.
I like that comp. Look at those nebulas. I don't like that panty dropper one. No lady drops her panties like that as soon as she sees the car. You at least have to take her for a ride first.
You probably didn't see that it's a 5.0.
It says love is all
It's
you
got
need.
it's got the 8-cylinder, Chelsea. It's not the 6-cylinder Mustang. Does that explain it?
Okay, I get it now. I get it.
That's a cool shot. I
Yeah.
like all the movement in him and that he froze his expression.
I feel like I'm having
It's probably
fun.
a long exposure with a flash. That's how you get that kind of effect. Very cool. Like me, the dude is into cars. We got some real estate photography here. Those real
Cars,
estate shots seem
dope
nice
houses,
and
tons of booty.
solid. It's like MTV Cribs in here.
Yeah.
There's some pictures of you. I was afraid they weren't going to come up. Sergio is the man. He lives
Sergio?
Is it Sergio? He lives in Canada. I don't see your email address there. That would be a good place because these forms suck.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think you're looking
But
good.
he has great shots.
Let's
Simple
give his Facebook
portfolio.
page a like. Liked.
Liked it.
All right. Let's see what Sergio had to say about Squarespace. He switched over to Squarespace after a year with SmugMug. Much cleaner and easier layouts. Love the simplicity and overall quick and easy feel of managing and viewing the site.
It really is so easy. I just changed mine around because I could. It took no time at all. It's fun.
Yeah, that's something you need from a portfolio, something that's really easy to maintain. And we both found that with Squarespace, we can go in and just drop new pictures in, like literally drag and drop from Explorer. They upload, there's no manual resizing.
No.
And everything is customizable. You've been playing a lot lately with the logo tool.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that they have that kind of thing included. Like you can make a whole logo and branding.
I'm working on a tutorial now on making logos and watermarks because I see a lot of crazy stuff going on. And so I'm going to go over how to make your own in Photoshop, how to hire someone to make one for you if you want a really professional one, and how to make one in Squarespace for free if you already have a website there. Or it's like $10 per logo if you don't, but it's a pretty good deal still. So that'll be coming out.
So after seeing Sergio's awesome portfolio, people are definitely going to be like, how do I get my own Squarespace portfolio?
You can't. It was a limited run. There's no more left. And now you're
missed
not
your
cool.
chance.
You're never going to be
That's
cool.
what happens.
Yeah.
Gotta get on it.
You have to act fast.
Maybe for a limited time, we could allow a few more people in.
No, I was just lying then. There's infinite. You go to squarespace.com and if
/Tony.
/Tony and you use the coupon code.
Photo Live.
Yeah.
The coupon code will get you 10% off, but you don't need to pay anything up front. It's free for 14 days. So go in there, play around, just make your pictures look good. And then if you decide to keep it going, you can. Use that coupon code and you'll get you a discount. It's got a free store built into every site, so you can sell prints or sell digital images.
I like the store. I put Justin for sale in there.
Oh, how are the sales doing? Well, I see he's still here.
Nobody.
Sorry to tell you, Justin.
Well, I'm going to have a sale.
Yeah, you're going to have to send out coupons of your own, I
Yeah.
think. Okay, let's jump over and
Sorry I'm always pimping you out, Justin.
see what questions and comments people might have.
I like everybody being mean to you in this one. One guy called you a narcissist. What'd the other guy say? He was like, Tony smells.
Sorry, I lost my...
Oh, man, guys comment.
here.
Typical Tony, right?
We have some more celebrity fantasy photo shoots. Lindsay Sterling is an amazing violinist. Do you know Lindsay Sterling?
Oh, no, I don't. I still don't.
Oh,
but
I see. They were answering our question.
Yeah.
That's to answer the question. She's a violinist.
Someone would like to photograph Simon Cowell and ask him for a loan. I think if you're good enough to photograph Simon Cowell, you're probably going to make money at it, right?
And I'm pretty sure he would say no. He just doesn't seem like the nicest
Yeah,
guy.
don't ask him for a loan. Just ask him to pay for his pictures. You silly goose. You're crazy.
Tigar would have loved to have photographed Jim Morrison.
I know. That's why I thought of that, where he should just dress up as Jim Morrison, and then it could happen.
There is a really dark Bruce Lee joke there, and I don't know that enough time has passed.
I don't think enough time will ever pass, so I'm going to pass.
Okay. Perfect Forehand asks if a self-taught photographer could become commercially successful.
Would it? What? Of course.
Yeah, most photographers are self-taught. I mean, most photographers that you know didn't go to photography school.
Many great everythings are self-taught. Like,
Yeah.
you know, nobody could teach them.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, Casey Neistat, the YouTube guy that we love, he was self-taught. He never even finished high school, and then he never went to film school or anything, and he got his own HBO show. He's one of the most viewed YouTubers.
Yeah,
and
he's a filmmaker, but it's closely related.
Yeah, it's closely related.
And I actually don't know the educational background of most of my favorite photographers, so I can't speak at length about it. But I do know lots of great photographers who, and I can't think of any photographers who went to school for it that I know personally. Like that I follow.
Personally, I know a few professionals that went to college for it. One of them works in a printing lab, and another one is a wedding photographer.
Oh, right.
Oh, and our friend Tiffany also went to photography school, and I think.
Oh yeah, how did I forget about Tiffany.
And she has her own just private studio.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's a personal
Either
choice.
way, Yeah, it's a good way to
You're
get
a
up to speed.
self-learner.
I am. Yeah, as evident by the books and stuff that I do.
Yeah.
It's just the way I prefer to learn. Jim Mugford asked what the best wide-angle lens is for group shoots on the Canon platform. And whatever your kit lens is probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
Like group shoots, you always need plenty of depth of field, so you don't need a particularly fast lens. Sharpness on portraits isn't like the #1 priority usually.
In a group shot, you just need enough depth of field to get everyone relatively in focus.
Yeah, so you're probably not shooting wide open anyway, so you'll be shutting it down. So it doesn't really matter. For that range, my favorite lens right now is either the Tamron 24-70 f2.8 with VC or the Sigma 24-105. I love them both, and I like different things about them.
I'm partial to the Tamron.
Royal Family 2011 asked what we'd recommend as the best camera for the enthusiast level, and that's too broad of a question. Like, enthusiast what? Wildlife?
I think if they're an
Sports
enthusiast,
portraits.
they might just mean they could be taking pictures of anything. It'd be like general photography.
Yeah, so for that, I'd probably steer you to the DSLR world. Because if you're enthusiastic, they have the most lenses, and they're the most, they're the least limitations.
Well, not only
With
that,
mirrorless cameras, you sometimes run into, oh, I can't do birds in flight. I can't get a good wildlife lens for it. DSLRs just can do anything because they've been around the longest.
not only that, I like the idea of being able to buy used gear because it's popular. Like if you're using like a Canon or a Nikon and you go on eBay to get some cheap gear, it's going to be a lot easier than trying to get some rare lens for your mirrorless or whatever.
Yeah, so yeah, as an enthusiast, if you're planning to rack up gear, DSLRs are the way to go. But I don't know what your budget is, so any of the Canon or Nikon DSLRs, whatever you can afford.
What else?
Jerry Johnson asked if Nikon fixed the LCD issue that the D810 has. And I did look into this, and I couldn't recreate it. So I looked up the issues that they had on the D800D, and it seemed fine. So what can I say beyond that?
Oh, Dean Martin. Yes, Chelsea, it's my real name. And he likes the Low Pro Vertex 300 for his camera bag.
Misha Van Klomp recommends the National Geographic camera bags. I'll have to check those out. Perfect Forehand said that our comparison of the D810 to the Mark III made it look like the Mark III was a point and shoot. No disrespect to Canon. It's okay to disrespect Canon.
It's okay. They're
They can get on it.
They're fine. They're not going to go hungry.
Yeah.
Speaking of weenies, Mikey Matthews says, when's Chelsea going to go in the shower with the camera? Just go home, Mikey. You're not wanted here.
And I take a little offense to that, both because you're my wife and also like I'm not good enough.
I think you looked great.
Yeah, thanks. Bob's Den, with regard to the D810 versus Mark III, can you comment on the file size and how it affects your PC? The D810 video raw files are about 50 megabytes each, whereas the Mark IIIs are about 25, 35 megabytes each.
How long did my computer last before I filled it up? A few years.
Yeah, so drives are getting cheaper,
Yeah,
files
they're
are
getting
getting bigger. Yeah, they're bigger.
Bigger.
I didn't notice that Lightroom processed them noticeably slower, though. It seemed okay, but I didn't time it or anything.
Let's look at the people in Google Hangouts, even though we can't actually interact with them. It's just like having a...
The only one live still is Justin, so there's Justin. He's right there. Sorry, the Google Hangout didn't work out better for her. We'll get it working next time.
I blame Richard.
Oh, Richard.
I accept that.
He accepts the blame.
Let's check it out and see if we have some more links in here.
But Justin, may I say you looked great in Google Hangout? Like, I've never seen anyone look better. I'm glad you were there. Why aren't you there, Richard?
I X'd out of it. It was kind of...
It was boring.
He got bored with the show. Richard's off camera. Sorry, we're talking off camera. Here we have what looks like a crazy close-up of a daddy long
terrifying
legs.
monster.
And this is actually pretty fascinating. Oh my God, we can go deeper.
It's
Wow.
beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that is really interesting. That is compelling. I don't know that I've ever seen one so close. It does look like a terrifying monster. the only thing separating that from a horror movie is just the scale, right? If you were a bug that's smaller, this is your nightmare. Look, he has like one eye up there. I had no idea.
They're not dangerous. I think they get a bad rap. They should put a little bow on it.
It's a very cool picture. I wouldn't mind seeing the legs in focus, but you could do that with focus stacking, but you would probably have to take like 500 pictures, and if it's alive, it might not want to hang around for that long.
Ooh.
Wow, that's really cool.
This is so smooth.
This...
Is this just like an effect?
It definitely could have been done. It's a very cool shot, first, before we begin to tear it down. I love it. And I know for both of us, the first thing that pops into our mind is, how is this done? I want to do this. I'm going to take a guess and guess that this is a comp of 3 different pictures. I think there was one still photo taken to get well, I think he took a still photo of the entire scene and used that still photo for this. And then I think he zoomed the lens while the shutter was open to get this effect where everything's kind of radiating from the middle.
Yeah.
And then I think he panned the camera to get this effect on here, and then he blended those 3.
But if he zoomed, wouldn't the sun look like a smudge instead of a circle? Or maybe he put the sun back in round?
Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe
Let's ask him.
Dave's online, so tell us.
Maybe he doesn't want to give up
tell
the
us what you're doing.
secret.
Yeah, okay, you don't have to. Anyway, great work, fascinating, and it's clearly inspired our creativity, and I like that kind of shot. Great work.
I like being creative.
Oh, open the same link twice. Zippy share, a little moth on somebody's hand.
Oh, that's really cute.
First, anytime you include human skin in a close-up, stuff gets pretty scary, right?
It doesn't bother me.
All you had to do is get close enough to us, and we're
That's
all
a
kind of
finger?
creepy. You didn't even know it was a finger.
I'd like to see its eyes.
Yeah, it's facing away, and you need it facing towards you. And I know they don't often like to face towards you. Just have to keep taking more shots. Yeah, let's go on and see if we can find a portfolio. We'll do a non-Squarespace portfolio.
Oh, WordPress.
By Malia He.
Mahalahi, mahalaha.
Congrats, you now have a theme song.
That should be his website music when you open it up.
Yes. All right, so he opens right up to landscapes and hikes. I can see he has some different categories here. The waterfalls, I think this is an HDR photo, and that's
blown out.
a good thing to do, but they've been blown out, but then like recovered, so they end up kind of gray.
Yeah.
In chapter, you can see the file name that is tone mapped. In chapter 11, HDR, I show you how to manually blend photos for an HDR technique that doesn't look HDR-y. Check that out. That might work out a little bit better for you. Okay, it's a good number of photos there, just 4.
I'd rather have 4 than too many.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
it keeps scrolling on, I'm like, how long am I supposed to be here?
That's a very cool abstract shot.
But 2 pictures for travel isn't really enough.
Yeah, and this photo, it's kind of underexposed, and I don't know what it is.
It's a
I'd say
helmet.
that moves me.
I like that red structure.
Yeah, you know what you could do? Well, let's check
Oh,
out.
there's another one.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's still loading.
No,
Is there
I'm
more?
sorry.
That might be
Let's
it.
go to sports.
Okay.
I like the fencing picture.
I like that a lot, too. That's very cool.
That is cool. Let's go to digital art. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just delaying because I thought maybe the page was still loading. The page is loading really quickly. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet these pictures are not getting... Yeah, I think they're not getting resized by the portfolio site. And that's what's making it load so slowly.
Are you telling me if he
Just
just had Squarespace, we wouldn't have to go through this?
You
These are
said it, not
interesting.
me.
These are interesting.
Yeah, they are. Nicely done.
This
Right.
person's an Olympian or something? What's happening?
I think so.
Wow.
Congrats.
Multi-talented.
You're taking great pictures. Just keep at it. And I think your website overall is really good. Definitely
Yeah.
don't have too many pictures.
Yeah, I like that it's simple. Work on that theme song.
Thanks for submitting it. I think we have another portfolio here. Let's see if we can find a Squarespace portfolio. Alex Taylor Wright Photography. Seems to be in the UK. Come on. Oh man, now our internet connection is giving. Okay, there we go. It's loading up.
Look
Opens
at
right
that.
to the wildlife stuff. Looks like the GBH.
GBH strikes again.
It's not often
Oh,
that
look
you
at this
see-
self-conscious macaque. He's like, I don't like my body.
Oh, beautiful European
I love
robin.
the European robins.
Yeah, they're better than our robins.
Don't tell them that. The Europeans, they already say so many bad things about the Americans. Need we give them more ammunition?
This picture's a little underexposed. You can brighten that up in post, though. That's beautiful. It's rare to see the black and white wildlife photos, but I do find them kind of striking.
I do think they're striking.
Yeah, that's good. I was trying to think of suggestions, but I don't know that I have any.
I thought that was just the right number. I didn't get bored.
Mhm.
I wasn't searching for more.
Good. I think these are all solid portraits. I feel like you're still kind of building your collection, but I think so far these are doing really good. I find this in the background real distracting, though you've done about everything you can. You've converted it to black and white and blurred the background. The only other thing you could do would be to like clone this whole thing
Can you
out.
go down? I think that might be their best picture. I might lead with that black and white one.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You'd rather see it up front.
because there's no
Yeah,
eye
there's no eye
contact there.
contact here, so it's not super engaging. This one's really cute too. That could be your first one or your last one.
Okay. Ooh-wee.
Beautiful lightning shot.
Interesting framing.
Yeah, I love the composition there. Got a little spotted dust there you can clean up, but nice shot. I like the composition there too. Also, just kind of abstract. He's finding interesting angles. Alex has a good eye.
Ooh, there's a little bit of, what do you call it, around the cattails?
HDR-iness. Yeah. You're right. I think it's multiple exposures blended together in the
Is that the
cattails fully
technical
moved.
term? HDR-iness?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, again, I would try just blending a single exposure. They do have tricks in the HDR chapter that can help you out with that. Cool fence there.
Lonely post. That's what he should call it.
Oh, this is a beautiful photo.
Yeah, that's
I
nice.
love that. For a fine art shot, I think that's my favorite photo so far. This photo, again,
It's very Monet.
we like to end on your second best photo in your set, and I don't think that's your second best photo. This is one of your best. That's a very strong picture. This is a good starter. So I would just maybe end on that photo. Leave
Okay.
people thinking about that.
Leave people thinking about it?
Yeah.
Let's see who this person is.
Alex. Hey, he's got a good picture of himself, dressed up all snazzy. He's only 17. My God.
How, you know what I don't
Those
understand?
are fantastic pictures for
Our,
wow.
our demographics on YouTube say that our like most popular demographic is like 50-year-old dudes.
Yeah.
But we get so many cool young teenagers submitting their portfolios.
Yeah, maybe these are the people who are actually engaged and interacting with us live and stuff.
I think I scared away all of that demographic with my drinking. Because all the comments from those people were always like, Chelsea, if you could just stop drinking, I'd watch your show. And I'm like, if I stopped drinking, there wouldn't be a show.
Yeah, that's funny because I know plenty of 50-year-old white guys who drink plenty. I don't know why they had to be white guys, but
That's racist.
I guess that's who I imagine our demographic is.
Okay.
Services. It's got pricing there. That looks
Yeah.
great. It's got nice example photos. Great services page and a contact me page. With
He's
an
got
email.
his email. Woo, this guy gets
Perfect.
it.
All right. Do you know, what time is it, Chelsea?
It's like a little after 6.
Oh, okay.
So we'll wrap it up soon.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what questions have
people
come in
saying?
since.
How are people insulting you?
Let's go down to the bottom, see if sorry, we're just looking at the comments. I think we're done reviewing portfolios and pictures for now, though we'll always pick up on more stuff next week. Okay. Dave Pro got back to us. Yes, it's a combo of 3 different images blended in Photoshop. Layer masks for our friends. So I
Layer
don't know
masks are
exactly
our
what techniques
friends.
he used, but I kind of nailed it, I think. High five for myself.
Wow, maybe that guy was right about you. Yeah, we didn't erase the comments as we went, so.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We're a little slow in reading these. I shoot family values 2020. I shoot weddings with the D90s and the D7000. I go up to ISO 6400, and I'm happy with the results. When it's too awful, I use flashes. Is it wrong for me to not be on full frame yet? No, it's definitely not wrong.
No.
You might want to get a faster lens first. Like, I don't know what focal length you're working with there, but the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 is really good, and will let in another stop of light, let you shoot lower ISOs. ISO 6400 on those cameras can be fine if you're just making really small pictures, but it gets kind of rough.
Gets kind of rough.
I use the Canon 6D for astrophotography. Do you think the D810 would perform better? That's something I tried to test, and I did take some star shots.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do a side-by-side at the time. I just didn't have the Canon out. So I found the D810 did well, though I couldn't see the stars with the live view. But again, it wasn't side-by-side. So that's something we'll test.
We'll add it to the
next,
list.
Yeah, we'll
of
put it on our list to
for
do.
this bad boy.
Okay, I think that about wraps it up. Thanks so much for joining us. We're here every Thursday at 5, and next week we'll get those Google Hangout issues resolved, so you'll be able to join us live and give us feedback. And don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe to see more free videos all the time.
Maybe not this one. Maybe they can share a better one with their friends.
Yeah, share one that worked out a little bit.
Share
better.
one that doesn't start with Tony showering and that doesn't have every mistake we could possibly make in it. Share that one.
All right, thanks guys.
Bye.
See ya.